If you have traffic but a poor conversion rate, you actually have the best problem there is. Because you're only one tiny change away from doubling, tripling, or even quintupling your revenue. Yes, I had to Google that word. Most DTC founders I work with blame the wrong thing, which is why we've built this 10-minute conversion rate audit. By the end of this video, you'll know which of the 3 problems are actually causing your bad conversion rate. And then you'll get a simple framework that we use to fix it. I'm Joel. I built a fashion brand to become an ASOS.com partner brand in my 20s, been in e-commerce marketing for over a decade, and have now helped over 100 founders build profitable businesses. Let's do a 10-minute D2C conversion rate audit.
I get a feeling it's going to be a riot.
So potential problem number 1, poor audience. And I'm not just talking about demographics. I am talking about the quality and intent of those who are ending up on your website. Someone can be the perfect customer on paper, but actually be the wrong person in that exact moment. Because the same person who would buy your product Tuesday in the afternoon while they're trying to solve the problem might actually be useless traffic to you 2 a.m. on a Saturday morning when they're in a deep pit of loneliness and despair and somebody's left them on red again and they've drunk a bottle of wine, and you get the point. So when we say wrong audience, what we actually might mean is wrong mindset, wrong moment, or wrong intent. The question isn't just who are they, the question is why are they here right now? That is why customer research really matters. Because if you truly know the problem they're trying to solve, you know the language they use, you know everything about them leading up to this moment, you can choose better channels, you can choose better messaging, and you can improve your conversions, right? So hopefully you've already got a customer avatar in mind, but use the link below if you want a completely free digital board to map out your entire customer. So let's get into it. Let's diagnose where the audience is your exact problem. And the quickest way to do that is by tracking user behavior. If people land on your store, they bounce quickly, so they barely scroll, they barely engage, and they leave after a few seconds, you probably don't have the right traffic. This means either the wrong people clicked at the time or the right people clicked, it was just the wrong moment. So to get these answers, we need to set up either Hotjar or Clarity, or there's lots of other things available. Both completely free. They record users on your website and you can watch back these exact sessions and see exactly what people are doing on your website. It's a bit creepy, I know. So if you do find that the traffic is a problem, we need to focus more on marketing channels, on targeting, ensuring the people that click are clicking because they actually want what you have and not what they think you have. But if they stay, we move on to step 2. Potential problem number 2 is your offer. By this, I mean the full sales proposition. So why should they buy this from you right now? That includes the product, the problem it solves, the proof, the pricing logic, and the perceived risk of them parting with their money and then waiting for days until their product arrives. Again, we look at the user session recording. If visitors stay on the page, they spend some time reading. They scroll through most of that page, but they never actually click the CTA or navigate away from this page in any positive manner. Then the issue is probably your offer. Again, using these recordings, the section of the page in which they most likely drop off at will give you a good indication of which part of your offer isn't working. So if people leave near the top of the page, it's probably the headline, maybe the product images, it doesn't look how they're expecting it to look. Maybe overarchingly, just the clarity of why your product matters to them right now isn't very clear. If they get deeper into the page before they lose interest, the issue is more likely your messaging, your features, and how well you actually connect the benefits of this product to your customers' needs. And if they get all the way to the end, but they drop off at the pricing, the guarantees, the returns, the issue is then probably the perceived value versus the perceived risk of making the purchase. That's still within the offer territory. So up till now, if people vanish instantly, it's probably your traffic. If they spend some time reading, then they disappear, it's probably your offer. But there is a third option. Potential problem number 3 is the store itself. Most clients I've worked with go immediately to this. It's so much easier to just change a color, some fonts, and hope that your problems are solved. But it's actually the least likely out of all the 3 to be the main issue, because no amount of fancy design is going to fix a bad audience problem matched with a bad offer/product problem. So when we say store, we're including things like customer experience, the structure, the flow that they go through, the amount of friction there is between them and making a purchase. In the user recording sessions, if If your customers are struggling to find buttons, the navigation is clunky, they're dropping off after trying to get through the checkout process, then we know that your store is the problem. And there is a million things that could need improvement here. I'm not going to be able to fit that into a 10-minute audit. So the overarching lesson is that simplicity should be your first port of call. It's not about being flashy. Simplicity is the key to conversion rate optimization. Everybody thinks that adding more is better. Usually less is more. Some stats from Amazon show that every single click on a customer's journey to purchase reduces the traffic by 16%. So if you want to be a pro at this, you need to map out your entire customer journey using the completely free digital board. Track every major step with metrics, and you'll know which ones you can remove, which ones are failing, which ones need working on. This is how the big brands make huge progress without actually spending much more on marketing, just reducing friction, optimizing each step. And as I said, check out the healthy conversion funnel below. Okay, so onto the most important part of all. Now we've found where your problem is, 1, 2, or 3, it's time to fix it. The way you fix any of these 3 problems is through something called growth experiment. That just means that you block out a couple of hours on the same day every single week in your calendar. You hypothesize what your next problem is using the customer journey that you've charted out. You make one change to your audience, your offer, or your store. You track the important metrics that matter. Give it enough time for you to get some solid data, and then only keep the things that have made a large step forwards. If you don't make a step forwards or you make a step backwards, then you just revert to what it was last week. If you have decent traffic, you may get this answer in just a day, or some of us will have to wait up to maybe a week. But the principle stays the same. Do not change 5 things at once and then wonder which one worked. And do not assume that more is better. Simplicity wins. The fastest way to improve conversion rates is removing friction, confusion, and decision making. So growth experiments can feel slow at first, but you need to remember that there is no such thing as a silver bullet. Just a million golden BBs. 1% daily improvements stack fast. If you wanted to learn more about building customer journeys or optimizing digital funnels, then we can continue our chat over here. Good to see you, Cree.